Hey guys, I'm Kamen Rider Silver, and today I'm really excited because I just reviewed yesterday or a few days ago the MCU Spider-Man with Captain America and Iron Man pack, and that was awesome. And I also reviewed the Bucky and the Falcon figure, also very awesome, which I'll show you. And now I got the Vision figure. So a little while back, before I had any of these figures, I was perusing the eBays, and I came among this figure, and it was coming from China, and they had mass amounts of them, so I'm like, obviously it's a bootleg, but I looked in my mind, and I'm like, Hasbro's never made one of them, so where'd they get it? So what I'm guessing is that Hasbro had a mold, and they just scrapped it, and someone in China had a really good idea to mass produce them and sell them. So we have it here today. Now this figure brought me down a grand sum of $14. So it was like $6 shipping, $6.50 shipping, and it was $7.50. So the figure itself is only about $7, but shipping, since it's coming from China, is going to cost you a little bit. But I mean, $14 for a Marvel Legends of this scale, I don't think you can go wrong. So starting right off, it looks really nice. It's you got the red details painted superbly. I'll come forward. Oh no. So you can see kind of like these red details right here, and the red details on the cape, the silver on the boots. You can see those eyes are pretty nicely painted. More yellow paint up here. Nothing on the back of the cape, but for what you pay for this figure, I'm not complaining. It's really nice. Now I'm wondering. I know Vision's colors are usually green. Now I know. Let me just adjust this. Now I know in the movie he wasn't as green, as it was more faded than anything. So I think this looks good. I think the color choice is pretty good. It's a gray, but it's not quite gray. It's kind of a contrast. I like the skin tone. It struck me that in the movie he was a little more red, but pink is kind of fine. Like I said, nothing on the back. What the heck? Dude, you don't have to show off. He's got the silver pieces painted on his head. The one piece I wish would have been painted a little bit more was the Infinity Stone in his head. It's there, but it's not painted. Kind of a bummer. But yeah. Now, going over articulation on this dude, his head looks up not much and looks down not very much. His arms are on a ball joint, so they go up that much. So forward and backwards. He has an upper bicep swivel, which I was surprised. But since this was probably a Hasbro figure, that's why. He has double jointed elbows. He has a no wrist swivel or wrist hinge. That's fine. He has a ball joint right here. Literally, there's like a ball right here. Kicks forward and backwards, in and out really nicely. He has a double jointed knee. Kind of looks like that. No boot swivel, but then he has a ball joint actually at the foot too, so you get some ankle pivot, you get some forward and backwards. So yeah, I really like their choice of where they use ball hinges. They use it right here, and at the feet. It really just gives a nice range of movement, so you can get some kind of dynamic poses, maybe like that. I don't know. His cape kind of helps him to stand up a little bit. So, yeah, his articulation is pretty good. I feel like China maybe altered it maybe a little bit, or maybe this is a new sculpt that they made. If so, just wow. So, standing Vision in a vanilla pose to measure him. Let's bring out the tape measure. And he stands at about 7¼ inch. I know you can't see it on the camera, but he is a bigger figure. So, let's see. I thought maybe he might not be a Marvel Legends, but then I bring in Absorbing Man Venom, and he's a little bit taller than that. And I'm like, well, maybe he's a Marvel Select. So I brought in Pizza Spidey, and Pizza Spidey's a little taller, but the Vision's not in scale with him. So that leads me to believe that he is a Marvel Legends. So bringing in maybe, let's see, here's Bucky. And Vision was a bigger character since he was going to be like the new Ultron. There's Bucky. Let's bring in Cap. Let's just give him his tallest pose. Let's bring in Iron Man. So yeah, you can see that those scale up pretty good. It's a little off. Let's bring in the other ones. Alright. Oh, well. So there's Falcon, and then, I mean, he's gonna look tiny in comparison. Here's Spidey. I think that scales pretty good. Now when I get War Machine, like next month, or I don't know, I'll probably get him at some point. We'll see how he scales up too. But right now, I think the scale is pretty good. Yeah, let's not have him like that. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And just, wow, look at that. See, the more I add to the collection, the cooler it gets. I mean, look at that. Oh, wow, there's so loud outside. You got Bucky, you got Cap, you got Falcon, you got Vision, you got Iron Man, you got Spidey. Now all I need is maybe a Hawkeye and a War Machine and a Scarlet Witch and a Black Widow and an Ant-Man, and I'll be set. Look at that. So there you go, guys. There was a look at the new Marvel Legends Vision figure, bootleg, kind of. I definitely think you should get this figure if you, well, of course you don't have a MCU Vision. This is the first one. The plastic feels great. It's got a great weight to it. The joints are nice and tight. There's not flash that are on usually bootlegs. The paint is nice and everything. And it only costs $7, so you could spare a little bit of cash. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!